What's up, everybody? So, try and keep it sweet again and short and sweet, sweet and short, something like that. So, today, the word of the day is love. You know, it's been on my mind a lot. You know, according to scripture, it's patient, it's kind, it doesn't brag, it doesn't boast, it's not self-seeking, you know, and it covers a myriad of things. And, you know, if you've watched any of the other ones, which I know not a lot of people are watching right now, it might only be one person, 2 people, 3 people that are watching, but at some point there'll be more, and they'll be able to go back and see where it all started. But, you know, been going through this whole situation with someone that I care about very deeply, you know, and the word love is absolutely attached to it, and, you know, trying to figure out how do I apply that love in a way that's, you know, healthy and at the same time is not selfish. And that's not an easy middle ground to find, especially when emotions and all kinds of other aspects are involved, you know. And sitting here going to God every single day for days and weeks now, looking for an answer about how I'm supposed to proceed and, you know, in loving this person, and, you know, coming up empty-handed, sitting there saying, you know, why all of a sudden are you quiet now? You know, like you gave me so much in the beginning, according to this person, and since everything has transpired, it's been silence, and, you know, digging for it. And I've basically been living in a state of fasting, some of it intentional, some of it just circumstances and not caring about eating, but nonetheless going without. And the other day I had a friend come to me that was, you know, semi-aware of my circumstances, not completely, but a little bit, and basically told me that they received direction that they believed was from the Lord to tell me to read the book of Hosea. Now, if you know what's in the book of Hosea, that was not well received, to say the least. Almost vomited the minute that it came out of their mouth. Even almost got mad at them, like, how dare you even fix your mouth to say something like that to me, and then let alone put God behind it. But it was said nonetheless, and so from there, sent it up to God, like, Lord, this is, you know, this could just be an opinion-based thing that they're telling me. I need confirmation on this. And so a few hours goes by, and I happen to find a Bible just sitting there in front of me, and, you know, I went ahead and said my little prayer that I always do before I open up the Word. You know, if you've got something for me, let it be found here. You know, open it up. I'd be lying if I said the second that I opened it, it didn't open right up on the first page of Hosea. And, you know, nope, that ain't it. Coincidence? Nope, that ain't it. Closed it up immediately. Did not want any part of it. So from there, I'm like, nah, I'm tripping. I'm selling myself this. A couple more hours goes by, and I'm sitting there trying to remember a particular verse on John and Peter's relationship. And so I go into my Bible app, because I don't have a Bible in front of me anymore, and guess where the verse of the day came from? Hosea. Now I'm starting to feel the type of way about the whole thing. And like, all right, that's 3. In most circumstances, I would be willing to accept 3 as being legit, but if I'm really gonna take this, I need 1 more, because it just, yeah, this is a hard one, Lord. Man, I don't want to do that. And sure enough, get into it, and sitting there watching a sermon. Guess where the pastor pulls from? Hosea. Now the thing is Hosea is not even remotely close to a top 20 read for Christians. So obviously once I've got 4 Hoseas slapped in my face in a single day, I'm done resisting, you know. And then the question becomes, okay, so if Hosea is the role model, or Hosea is the blueprint, you know, or Hosea is the parallel, however you want to choose to word it, what is your expectation of me in that, Lord? Because, yeah, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I don't even necessarily know how it applies just yet. And the realization came that for as much as I hated what that actually meant and what that could be, the reality came that I've already forgiven the person without even really being aware of it. Yeah, my feelings are hurt. I feel a type of way, but ultimately, I haven't stopped loving them, you know. And the reality of the matter is we're supposed to be able to exercise that love with everybody that we come in contact with, because that's the love that Christ had for the church, you know, and for people in general, not just the church. He wants everybody to be the church, but you know, that love that says, you know, you can spit on me, you can kick me, you can cut me, you can stab me, you can even kill me. You know, and it's not going to change how much I care for you. You know, and understanding that, like, I have that now, and that, you know, with that comes the acceptance that, like, I have to now model this and exercise this for so many different reasons, and asking God, you know, where do I fit into that? If that's really the parallel and that's the expectation, then, you know, there has to be a flip of the coin on the other side of the table, because otherwise, you know, that it doesn't do anything but cause more pain and suffering, to which, of course, the answer was, yeah, that's exactly right. And so, you know, the one thing that I've gotten is that I'm just going to have to sit there and lean on Him and let my love do the carrying and the holding and the covering and the healing. And what the other person does with that at the end of the day is up to them. You know, they can take it or leave it, but I don't have to let them ruin it. I don't have to let them destroy it. I can love that person wholeheartedly, unconditionally, and let them do whatever they want and not let that love be tarnished. I don't have to let them use that love against me, and I don't have to let them take advantage of that, but at the same time, I don't have to let them destroy it either. And I think as we become believers, a lot of times we tell ourselves that we're not capable of the things that God is calling us to do. And the reality is, a lot of times we've already done it, or we're already capable of doing it. It's just our pride or our ego that gets in the way. And in this particular situation, it definitely has a direct line to my pride. And the reality of that is that I can't let my pride prevent me from being capable of forgiveness, because if I can't forgive and move forward, then how is God going to forgive me? You know, that's the standard, is we're to forgive and move forward, because if we have unforgiveness in our heart, then, you know, he can't forgive us, because we're not capable of being what he needs us to be and being who he wants us to be. And that can be tough. It can be really, really tough. But the one thing that I'm starting to figure out is the quicker you can get to forgiveness, the quicker God will start healing the scars and taking the pain away. Because in this particular circumstance, just a year ago, there's no telling what I would have done, what the outcome would have been. But now where I'm at, I see that the only reason God woke me up when he did, or spoke when he did, or reconnected us when he did, is because I'm probably the only person that could walk through this in this other person's life and come out on the other side unscathed. And, you know, that sucks, but at the same time, I get it. And it is what it is, you know. And I hope that in according to God's plan, it all works out the way that I want it to. But if it doesn't, then I don't have to let my love for that person be spoiled. I can let them know that they have it, and that it's always there for them, and it's always hoping for them and wishing the best for them and longing for them. But at the end of the day, they have to choose to take that. And if they don't, then it is what it is. I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do, and always will. You know, and as believers, that's a hard thing to do, but we gotta learn it. I don't have too much of educational words of wisdom in this one, just more so the video logging for the sake of the narrative. As we go down the road, there will be a time where I, you know, really lay everything bare in all details so that it all makes sense. But for now, it's more just about logging my own growth and kind of giving people enough of an idea to understand that, like, I'm in a situation that people deal with on a regular basis, and that because of God, it doesn't have to go down the ways that it normally would. So that's all I got. Hope it helps. And don't ever ask God for the gift of prophecy, because you're not going to be able to do it until you live the way the prophets lived. And they didn't have too much fun. I'm starting to realize they probably didn't have a lot of fun. Maybe they did, but from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like it's going to be a lot of fun. But it'll all be worth it in the end, no matter the outcome. And that's all I got.